See that influencer with her collection of designer bags, her fancy car, luxury makeup?
I'm impressed.
Well,
She is not in her rich girl era. And those bags, they're probably fake because this girl is bankrupt. This, my friends, is Australian influencer Christy Swaddling. She has over 121,000 followers on her Instagram, where she flaunts her luxurious lifestyle, her designer bags, expensive cars.
Come with us to get our new car.
Girl, that's expensive.
She has followers worldwide wishing they could be like her, live like her, carry Louis Vuitton handbags and Prada, drive around in muscle cars. The kind of content that she posts might seem cute and funny and relatable, but it actually denotes the uncomfortable truth that far from living the luxurious influencer lifestyle that you're led to believe, Christy is literally broke. According to this article, internet sleuths tracked down Christy's public register record, which states that she declared bankruptcy in December 2022. What's even more awkward is that despite being literally in debt to the point that you've actually gone bankrupt, Christy is using her platform and influence to encourage her followers to spend more money and to shop smarter.
This is literally not okay. My online shopping addiction has just gotten 50 times worse. I now make money back when I shop online. Babe, it's basically an investment, No, but in all honesty, babes, I'm a smart shopper. I'm happy shopping, guys.
Except you're not a smart shopper, are you? If you were, you wouldn't have gone bankrupt. Now, I actually feel bad for Christy. Here she is on her way to a court hearing to discuss her bankruptcy and mounting debts, and yet at the same time, she's on social media claiming that she's had a busy morning doing the food shop before getting stuck into work. Now, although I can see how Christy's content can be seen as problematic and potentially deceiving, I mean, clearly the Australian media does, I also really feel for her. I don't even want to imagine how scary it must have been to have to declare yourself bankrupt in your early 20s and yet still somehow maintain this illusion on social media that you're rich and successful and living your best life and in your rich girl era. This is the epitome of portraying a fake lifestyle on social media. But look, we've all been young and dumb with money at one point. I know I certainly was. So let's go and give Christy a bit of love and encouragement, because even if you're in debt, there's always a way out, and it's never too late to gain control of your money, because Christy is not the only one going broke trying to look rich. Get ready for some tough love, you guys, because I am about to burst the rich girl influencer bubble. And we are beginning to see the ramifications of how living beyond your means and trying to look rich can actually make you broke. We've all seen the girlies who are on social media flaunting their wealth, their designer handbag collections, luxury cars.
I don't even have my license and I'm on my second car. I'm getting a new G-Wagon today. It's basically like the best one that you can get, most expensive.
Expensive jewelry.
I went to Van Cleef. I got this little bracelet. I think it was like $7,000.
They too have fallen into the trap of thinking that the influencer money will last forever until it doesn't. And then suddenly they find that they've got a lot of stuff, a lot of followers, a lot of bills, a lot of debt, and no money. Want to see what can happen to influencers who live beyond their means and let the new money go to their head? Enter Catherine and Austin McBroom, who made a fortune with their family vlogs, where they filmed themselves driving flashy cars, flying private jets, selling out arenas full of die-hard subscribers. And, as with most family vloggers, exploiting their children for views.
The first thing I want to talk about is Elle. She is 4 years old, yet she's all over online twerking and dancing inappropriately, and she's being encouraged to do so by her father, Austin.
The Ace family were racking in tens of millions of views on every single video, and when you're getting that many views, you better believe they were raking in the money. They were living a life that the rest of us could only dream of, until one day, it all came crashing down around them. As is what tends to happen with influencers, their audience grew up and became bored. Who really cares what this random family was getting up to on a day-to-day basis? Not us.
Boring!
As Catherine and Austin desperately tried to cling to their YouTube fame, their titles started to get a little more clickbait. The thumbnails became weirder and more provocative, and yet the views were still dwindling. To make matters even worse, Catherine and Austin were plagued with lawsuits and scandals, rumors of cheating.
Cheating claims came to the forefront when a woman slid into Catherine's Instagram DMs to tell her that Austin had cheated on her in Miami. She shared, quote, "Last weekend, Austin was with some friends of mine in Miami. He slept with one of them and made her sign an NDA."
And finally, the divorce.
After having not uploaded for 7 months on their family channel, Catherine released this statement on Instagram today. She says she has made the difficult decision to leave her marriage. She says, "We have mutually agreed to divorce and will part amicably." While this decision comes with a heavy heart, she also says that she feels liberated.
We're $10 million in debt.
On September 2nd, 2019, a house tour video was released on the Ace Family channel showing off their huge $10 million mansion in sunny Los Angeles. I used Batch Driven to look into the loans taken out on the property. At the time, I found it really odd that they had 2 loans on the property totaling nearly $10 million. The amount owed is about $9.5 million. At 12% interest, the loan is $95,000 per month interest only. Add on property taxes, which for that property are exactly $10,000 a month. Insurance and maintenance gives you a total monthly cost of well over $110,000 every single month.
And that huge mansion that they loved to show off? Yeah, you know the one. The 2 mansions in one? Because obviously one mansion isn't enough for rich famous influencers. No, they needed to join 2 together for their huge family of 5. Yeah, that one? That's gone too. Rumors first began circulating that Catherine and Austin were having money trouble back in 2021, but of course, the couple denied it, advising their subscribers to ignore the haters because no one was moving and certainly no one was getting evicted until they were. It turns out the haters were actually right. Catherine and Austin were evicted from their multi-million-dollar mansion and it was foreclosed upon. What is foreclosure? I'll let Noah the realtor explain. And if you think that the Ace family are the only influencers who went broke trying to look rich, guess again. As the notorious B.I.G. said, which sounds like an oxymoron. More money, in theory, should fix all your problems, shouldn't it? I mean, money can buy you financial stability, freedom. How on earth can money actually create you problems that weren't there to begin with? Come here closer, because I'm gonna tell you. Listen up, you guys, because this is a trap that most people who come into new money fall down. They suddenly start earning more money than they ever dreamed possible, and so little by little they start upgrading their lifestyle. It's a phenomenon known as lifestyle creep. No, you guys, lifestyle creep is not some little gremlin who follows you around wanting to live like you. It's when as your income increases, so does your standard of living. So items that you once considered to be out of reach, luxurious, too expensive, now become essentials. You expect them. They're normal. Lifestyle creep is so insidious that most people don't even realize it's happening until it's too late. They may order a more expensive bottle of wine with dinner, eat out twice during the week instead of once, treat themselves to that designer handbag that they've had their eye on for years. It starts off small, but before you know it, you're buying a house that you can't really afford because you need to impress your new friends with your McMansion. You may find yourself leasing a luxury car, like a G-Wagon or Range Rover. You begin filling your closet with Chanel and Louis Vuitton, because with your new money, you now need to dress better as well. The money keeps rolling in, and you keep spending it until one day it starts to dwindle. You notice your income is becoming just a little less and your bills becoming just a little more. Before you even realize what's happened, you're broke and trying desperately to avoid bankruptcy. The perfect example of an influencer falling victim to lifestyle creep is this girl. Anyone remember Breand Kent? You might recall her YouTube channel, Glitter Forever 17. She first started out on YouTube doing makeup and lifestyle videos, then moved to DIY and then vlogs. She was best friends with Shane Dawson. Her fans adored her. She gained 3 million subscribers and was earning over $50,000 per month from YouTube alone. She, like so many influencers before her, assumed the influencing money would last forever and so purchased this lakeside mansion, spent thousands of dollars on renovating it, only for the influencing money to suddenly run dry. Before Breland even knew what hit her, she was in debt and her fancy mansion was being foreclosed upon. As she says herself,
"Hi, Glitter Critters! It's Breland here." I was getting hundreds of thousands of views, even millions. I was making $50,000 a month. Once I realized my money and my earnings were going down, I freaked out. I reached a point where I needed to pay my mortgage, and I had really gotten down to almost nothing in my bank account. So now it's time to enter the bank's home. Are you ready to see all the money I wasted? Because this is the first time I've ever had that much money, but I decided that I would just be dumb and waste my money. That's exactly what I did. Learn from my mistakes, people. And I had built up my bank account like insanely high. At that point, you get to this mindset of like invincibility. you really feel like, oh my gosh, I'm at the top of the world right now. There's no way I'm gonna fall. Everything's going great, so I don't see myself falling for a long time. I'll make the money back if I spend it. That was my mindset. The money started to slowly trickle off. It didn't come in as quickly anymore, and yet I was still spending on all of these house renovations. And it's one of the biggest regrets of my life because I don't know if I'll ever have that much money again in my entire life. Don't live beyond your means. I'm gonna go now and cry and eat a bunch of ramen noodles or something because that's all I can afford. And that's what happens when you lose all your money.
Poor Breland has spent the last few years trying to desperately claw back her previous fame and wealth, trying everything from OnlyFans to posting extremely questionable content on social media, which I am not going to include in this video. Breland's downfall and desperation to earn money after blowing everything she earned and then some is something we can all learn from. You guys, I am turning 36 in 2 months, okay? I've learned a bit in my time on this earth, and listen to your Auntie Stephanie when I say, don't let your expenses increase as your income does. The way the rich stay rich is that they live below their means. Lesson to learn here, guys, is very important. Spend less than you earn. And if you do have disposable income, spend your money wisely, invest it to actually be rich rather than just looking rich. Because you see, my darlings, the problem with influencers is that they likely haven't been taught how to invest, how to manage wealth, how to save for retirement, or do their taxes. They don't actually know how to control their money, and so the money ends up controlling them. And the thing is, it's not even their fault. This is something that should be taught in schools, and yet instead we're taught bloody Pythagoras' theorem or the square root of pi. What the hell? I don't need to know the square root of pi, and I have never used Pythagoras' theorem in my life, but it sure would have been handy to know how to do my taxes so I don't have to pay an accountant. It sure would be handy to know how to invest so I wouldn't have to learn it now at the age of 35. Ugh, I hated school. Can you tell? Stress rash. So when these young influencers blow up on social media and they suddenly have more money coming in than they ever dreamt possible, it burns a hole in their pocket. They have this urge to spend it because why not? Investing and savings doesn't seem as fun and exciting as renting a mansion, buying designer bags, flying on private jets, leasing a damn Ferrari. You need to learn how to manage that money, or that money is going to manage you. You don't have to be earning millions of dollars per year to become savvy with your personal finances. Being in debt isn't fun, and I speak from experience here because in 2015, I was 20,000 Australian dollars in debt. It was most unpleasant. I was in my 20s and I was $20,000 in debt, and I'm not talking student debt, that was on top of it. Being in debt isn't fun. Spending everything you earn and then some to impress people that you probably don't even know or like isn't it. It's plain stupid, actually. The sad truth is, the faster people come into a lot of money, the faster they lose it due to, you guessed it, lifestyle creep and the delusion that the money is just going to keep on rolling in. And let me tell you this, my friends, a large amount of followers does not always equal a large amount of money. You know how friends shouldn't let friends drink and drive? Friends don't let friends buy stupid shit they don't need. Don't spend all the money you earn and then some buying the latest designer handbag to impress other people or to make yourself feel richer and more successful than you actually are. Learn about money, invest your money wisely, save it carefully so that you can actually be rich one day rather than just looking rich. I am going to link in the description box down below some books and podcasts that I myself listen to and have read on personal finances because, like I said, I'm not good with money. I used to be $20,000 in debt. That was when I was like, oh shit, Stephanie, you better pull your socks up and learn about this shit so it doesn't consume you. And so I did. I got out of the debt. I learned about money. I'm still learning every day because it doesn't naturally come to me. I love your guts, you guys, and I'll see you in my next video. Bye.